Stop being everybody's safe space and not your own. I'm going to hurt your feelings a little bit with this video. I'm gonna call you out just a little bit with this video. But the truth is, you gotta stop being everyone's safe space and not your own. You gotta start becoming unavailable. You have to stop being everyone else's emotional support human. And most of these times, you're probably not even getting paid. Your phone is blowing up from your friend who never even actually applies all of the advice that you give. And it's like you're there for them for the same things, always. And they're probably not even there for you when you need them. I mean, when's the last time they truly asked how you were doing, or even asked if you have the space to take on more of their stuff? You know everybody else's trauma, business, drama, but who's helping you with yours? Who's there for yours? So why do we do this? Why are we like this, some of us? It's rooted in our childhood conditioning, our childhood programming that has us find our value and our worth in how much we can help other people, what we can do for other people, who we can be for other people. We tie up all of our worth, our meaning, our identity in that. As we learn to do that, we become the mature child, we become the helper, we become like the good child. And you know, this creates a pattern that we end up carrying with us into everything as we grow older. Usually we become this helpful child when we're growing up in a somewhat like unstable or chaotic environment. And then that gives us some different conditioning as well. That has us learn that love comes with chaos. Love comes with crisis. And when you believe that, on some level, you get so used to that and you begin to create connections with people who bring chaos, with people who bring crisis, because that's what's normal, that's what's familiar, that's what you're used to. And all of this goes back to childhood conditioning. Now, what I don't want you to think is it's going to take you years in therapy to change this or fix that, but we'll get into that towards the end of the video. Another thing that kind of plays into this is like a fear of abandonment. It's like, if I'm not useful, if I'm not needed, people might leave. I might not matter so much. We also do this because we kind of get addicted to the feeling. It's not real, but the feeling of being in control. Remember how I said, you know, some of us come from maybe like an unstable or kind of chaotic background. It feels good to be needed. It feels good to be in the know about what's going on. That kind of gives us like a false sense of control over something. And above all that, it gives us a purpose. But the thing that I gotta tell you, and the thing that is probably gonna hurt your feelings a little bit, is that you're not really helping. The people that, you know, you call your friends, the people that always take more than they give, you're not helping them. In fact, it's you who's allowing them to always take more than they give. They're not taking advantage of you. You're letting all of this happen. The real fear underneath all of this and why you do this, the real fear, and I'm just gonna name it, I'm just gonna call it out, and I want you to just notice what comes up when I say it. But the real fear is, who am I if I'm not the fixer? Who am I if I'm not the helper? Who am I if I'm not the listener? Who am I if I'm not so needed? Who am I if I'm not the giver, the rescuer? At some point, you have to really recognize that energy is a form of currency. And maybe up until this point, you've been investing it in places where there's no return. You're investing it in places that simply can't give you back what you're giving. And that's not a smart investment. And that's unsustainable. And you're going to be exhausted, burned out, tired, isolated. We got to change. So let's change this. Go ahead and get your journal. Go ahead and get your iPhone. Open up the Notes app if that's what you do. I'm going to have you ask yourself some really difficult questions, but I promise they're going to really change the game for you. And the first one is, what happens when you say, I can't right now? What happens when you say, nah, I'm not available for that right now? Nah, I don't have space for that right now. The second question that I want you to take a look at is, who gives more than they take? Who in my life is giving more value than they're taking? Is there anyone in my life that gives more than they take? The third one is, am I actually helping them heal? Or am I enabling them? Am I allowing them to stay in their own comfort zone instead of doing the hard work, instead of following through on the advice that they say is good advice? They say they know they need to do, but then for some reason never do. I just said a lot there, but the question is, am I actually helping them heal, or am I simply helping them stay stuck? And the fourth question, and this might be maybe the most difficult one, is, what am I getting out of keeping chaotic people around? What am I getting out of keeping broken people around? Because the truth is, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't move like this if you weren't getting something out of it. And I've kind of touched on this in this video, right? We get a sense of control, we get a sense of significance, a sense of purpose, but I really want you to sit down with yourself and ask yourself the question, what are you getting out of it? And it might not be obvious at first, but once you really see it, once you have new awareness around why you do this and what you're getting out of it, you can actually start to get these needs met in a healthier way and start to have healthier people around you. So here are your next steps. You ready? Start saying, I'm not available to hold this right now. Start setting some office hours, some designated times where you are available to respond to that message, where you are available to call back and hold that space for someone. Have some office hours. You get to decide what that is. And the rest of that time, you get to give back to yourself and you get to pour into yourself. Put your phone on do not disturb at night. Someone else's emergency isn't always your emergency. You don't always have to be available at any hour of the day. So go ahead and put your phone on do not disturb, maybe 9 p.m. at night, maybe 10 p.m. at night, and give it a break. And the last step is make a list of people who you know are for sure there for you when you need it. Who are the people that you call when you need it? And start investing more into those relationships. So this week, try something new. Become unavailable. Start saying you're unavailable. Don't respond to the group chat drama. Give it a break. See who actually checks on you when you're not doing the emotional labor for everybody else. You have permission to be more selfish. My name is Sid Scott. Thanks for watching another video. Peace.